something that you said you said you will abolish and told us in 2018 that indeed you have fulfilled that promise. That is the issue here. Now, ladies and gentlemen, apart from the overpriced Sunyane Airport Phase 1 rehabilitation projects, 2 GUC Cocoa Road projects were also awarded to Bawumia's Brothers Company, Resource Access Limited, through sole sourcing at an inflated cumulative cost of 83 million Ghana cedis, equivalent to 830 billion old Ghana cedis in the year 2020. The said Cocoa Road projects are upgrading of Asenya Kropong to Odomase Esibrim 22.18 kilometers road at a contract value of 54,263,708 cedis. Upgrading of Chiboso Asowodre Bangalore Feeder Road 14.5 kilometers at a contract value of 29.4 million Ghana cedis. All these juicy Cocoa Road projects are awarded to one company, Bawumia's Brothers and the Brothers' Wife Company, through sole sourcing. Now, the evidence will be projected on the screen. So these are the projects. Upgrade of pardon that type with the Akropo Odomasia Sibrim Road, and the other one, that's a difficult word to pronounce. That one too is there. Can we see the next one? Good. Now, somebody will say, to know that these projects were even awarded to Bawumia's Brothers Company. And where is your proof that the projects were awarded to Bawumia's brother and his brother's wife through sole sourcing? The proof is what you see on the screen. A letter dated 14th May 2020, I believe. 2020. 14th May 2020. And the title is Rehabilitation, Upgrading, Reconstruction of Roads in Cocoa Growing Areas. Cocoa Roads Improvement Program, CREP 2. Request for approval for single sourcing procurement. So this is a letter from Cocoa Board to the PPA requesting for approval to award these projects to the companies indicated through sole sourcing. Can we see the next slide? Good. So zoom this one out so that it becomes clear. So it's the same document. Number 7, number 8 on the list are the road projects I have referred to. And you can see the company awarded to Resource Access Limited. The first one is at a contract value of 54.2 million cedis, a little over that, and 29.4 million cedis. So these are official documents. We got that thanks to the Son of Man, the Member of Parliament for the good people of North Tongue, who gave us these documents he intercepted from the PPA. We call this press conference is that the projects they are awarding to Bawumia's companies were not only awarded through sole sourcing, but the projects are inflated and have occasioned the state huge financial losses. And I'm not the one saying it. The Auditor General has found that these single source Cocoa Road projects were overpriced and awarded in breach of the public procurement law, thus causing the nation huge financial losses. Indeed, paragraph 65 of a performance audit report by the Auditor General on the construction of Cocoa Roads revealed that Cocoa Board, and I'm quoting the Auditor General, Cocoa Board did not rigorously analyze its procurement options for value for money, but sought approval from PPA for single sourcing and restricted tendering, thus procuring contracts which were up to 3 times more expensive than they could have obtained through competitive tendering, unquote. This is scandalous. This is serious. That road projects will be awarded through sole sourcing at inflated prices, causing the state to lose money. And one of the main companies at the heart of these dubious overpriced sole source contracts is Bawomia's brother company, and a company owned by the brother of Bawumia and the wife of the brother of Bawumia, the man who in opposition saw everything evil with sole sourcing. Somebody will say, where is your evidence? The evidence is what you see on the screen. This is a cover page of the performance audit report of the Auditor General on the construction of cocoa roofs in general. At paragraph 58 of the report, you can Google it. You can Google it. Performance reports by the Auditor General on cocoa roofs. You'll see it. Paragraph 58. This is what the Auditor General said, not some agency or the NDC. Cocoa Board awarded 266 road contracts from CRIP 2. That is CRIP 2 is Cocoa Roads Improvement Program 2, measuring a total length of 4,131 kilometers for rehabilitation, upgrading, and construction in cocoa growing areas. Out of the 266 contracts awarded, 33 were through competitive bidding. 175 were through single source procurement, and 58 through restrictive tendering. These are the people who said that they will move away. Akufo-Addo said the era of sole sourcing will end. But Bawumia said we will move away from it. This is their scorecard. This is their terminal results. This is the Auditor General marking them. No, go back. Go back. Go back. Marking them that 87% of the Cocoa Road Improvement Program 2 road contracts were not procured through open competitive routes. And you see, once it's not being done competitively but secretly, just for a few companies, it means that the state is not getting value for money. A project that could have cost us 1 cedi will cost us 10 cedis. Because there is no transparent competitive process for the best bidder to win. That's what it means. Next page. So if you look at paragraph 60, the Auditor General says, although the use of restricted tendering and sole sourcing saved Cocoa Board the time it would have taken to evaluate a large number of tenderers, our analysis showed that these methods cost Cocoa Board about 100% more than the use of national competitive tendering in terms of cost per kilometer of road. From table 5, we deduce that roads procured under NCT's national competitive tendering were 1.5 to 3 times cheaper than what Cocoa Board got for roads procured using single source or restricted tendering. You can't say you love Ghana and not be sad about this. This is what the Auditor General is saying. Now let's go to the next page. We don't have time to read everything. The relevant portions. The conclusion of the Auditor General, the paragraph 65 I earlier on alluded to. It says Cocoa Board did not rigorously analyze its procurement options for value for money, but sought approval from the Public Procurement Authority for single sourcing and restricted tendering, thus procuring contracts which were up to 3 times more expensive than they could have obtained through competitive tendering. And who are the beneficiaries of these companies? One of the main beneficiaries. From our check, they didn't get one. Every company had one. They had 2. Because that is Bawumia's brother's company. Imagine that President Mahama was the one who was president. And any of his brothers who are businessmen were given such juicy projects through sole sourcing. And the Auditor General issued a damning report showing that the projects were overpriced. 3 times the price that the state should have paid. 3 times. These 2 projects alone cost 83 million. So if the Auditor General is telling you that the price has been inflated 3 times, do the maths and look at the monies we could have saved. Close to 60 million on those projects. The monies that have gone to Bawumia and grants. 60 million is on OCs. Imagine Imagine the jobs he could have created for young people, the contractors he could have paid, the good he could have done to help the people of this country. So that is the evidence right there. But friends from the media, the inflated so-called sweetheart contracts awarded to Bawumia and his brothers are not just in the area of cocoa rows. We have also intercepted payment vouchers which show that between March 3rd, 2023 and March 5th, 2024, Resources Assets Limited, owned by the Bawumias, were paid a staggering 83,036,639 cedis by the Kufuor Bawumia MPP government for the award of 2 single-source road projects. These contracts are the rehabilitation of selected roads in Teshi Camp, Greater Accra people. Rehabilitation of selected roads in Teshi Camp, Southern Command Military Academy Training School roads, 23.45 kilometers. Yes, and 55,000 meters square. Then partial reconstruction of selected roads in Accra, Lot 1, 44.49 kilometers. Construction of Sunyani Bypass, outer ring from Kumasi, Brekum Road. All these projects, forget about the airport projects, forget about the Cocoa Road projects. All these other road projects awarded to Bawumia's brother company. All to sources. That is the common feature, the common characteristic of all the projects. And maybe I should show you the vouchers. Quickly, just run us through the vouchers, the gentleman controlling the screen, so that people will see the payments. At the time, contractors are owed billions of cedis, and they are complaining that they are not being paid. In 1 year, look at the monies that were paid to this company alone because of who owns it and its relationship with Bawumia. If you look at the payments, you can see there. So this is a payment voucher of 16.4 million cedis. 16.4 million. Hold on, let me pick the date. 16.4 million cedis for just this one. Can we go to the next one? 3rd March. Oh, no, go back. 3rd March 2024. Where is that one? That is the first one. Good. 3rd March 2024. So it's fresh. 2023. Okay. So next. Zoom this one too for us. Good. So this is another 10 million. So the first was 16.4 million. Then another 10 million. And the date is what? 25th March 2024. Thank you. Next. One company. Also source contracts. And as for them, they get paid like water. You know. Because somebody needs the money to finance his campaign. So this is another 5 million Ghana cedis paid 25th July 2023, all in 2023. There are people who have done works for this government for 10 years, they have not paid them. 8 years, they have not paid them. 5 years, they have not paid them. Look at one company. The contractors should watch. One company, 1 year. Look at the payments. All sole source contracts, overpriced, highly inflated. Let's go. There are more. Quickly. Is that the last one? Is that the last one? Okay. So there are lots of these that we can share with you, and you can verify that yourselves. Now, ladies and gentlemen of the media, just the we are talking about today, awarded to Bawumia's brothers company, amount to a colossal 218 million Ghana cedis, equivalent to 2.18 trillion old Ghana cedis. Just the 5 projects we have spoken about today. There are more. So we are just talking about these 5. We will invite you again to talk about the rest, which will shock you and outreach you. But the serious question we must all ask ourselves is, the huge savings the states would have made if these projects had at least been awarded through competitive tendering, as promised by Bawumia, Akufo-Addo, and the NPP while in opposition. Nobody is saying, even though you campaign against the award of contracts to relatives of a former president who were even just helping the states doing things for free, you are awarding juicy contracts to your brothers and your brother's wife. And all the contracts are being awarded through sole sourcing, as we have demonstrated to you. And all the contracts are inflated. And you pay them with alacrity when many contractors who got their jobs through competitive tendering have executed their jobs, are sitting home for years. They are not being paid. Some are getting stroke. Some are dying. They are not being paid. Interest on the loans they have taken is killing them, and they are not being paid. And one company getting all these juicy, overpriced contracts through sole sourcing. As for them, they are paying them like water. You've seen the evidence for yourself. So, my brothers and sisters, the above enumerated facts badly expose the dishonesty of Alhaji Bawumia on the subject of corruption. Who would have thought that a man who preached vociferously against sole sourcing in opposition would today be the biggest enabler and promoter of stinky sole source and overpriced contracts to his own family, relatives, and cronies? Alhaji Bawumia has proven time and again that he is a chronic liar and therefore cannot be trusted. It is also clear from the foregoing facts that Bawumia is one of the key architects of the ongoing state capture and corruption that is destroying our nation. He is neck deep in the rampant corruption and nepotism that has engulfed this nation-wrecking NPP government. He cannot therefore be trusted to fight the canker of corruption, as he is himself an integral part of the free-for-all grabbing of state resources and the unprecedented state capture we are currently witnessing. It therefore goes without saying that a vote for Alhaji Bawumia is a vote to cover up the corrupt deeds of these nation-wrecking NPP Ejapade thieves and shield wrongdoers, including Bawumia himself and his corrupt mentor Akufo-Addo, from accountability. Bawumia cannot simply fight corruption. On the contrary, a vote for His Excellency John Dramani Mahama is a vote for change, a change that will ensure genuine accountability and justice. As you may be aware, ladies and gentlemen, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama has promised that when elected, he will confront the canker of corruption head-on by ensuring that the sword of accountability cuts both ways. He has promised to hold members of this corrupt Akufo-Addo Bawumia NPP government accountable for all their corrupt acts. So, fellow countrymen and women, you can be rest assured that under the next NDC Mahama government, these sleazy, illegal, and inflated sole source contracts will be investigated and the Japadian thieves prosecuted. More importantly, stolen funds will be retrieved for the state for development, and all those found culpable shall be dealt with in accordance with law. This same level of accountability will be extended to members of the future NDC government, no matter whose ox is God. Friends, John Mahama is a man with a proven track record and the political will to fight corruption. As president, he demonstrated this commitment when, under very difficult circumstances, he allowed unimpeded investigations into the JIDA scandal, leading eventually to the conviction of an appointee of his own government and the retrieval of about 50 million Ghana cedis for the state. Also, as president, he ensured the investigation and retrieval of funds involved in the bus branding scandal, as well as investigations and prosecution of corporates involved in the national service scandal, among others. So high was the standard of accountability under the ex-World NDC Mahama government that a deputy minister who simply expressed a mere wish to make $1 million was asked to resign. This is the character of the man the NDC is presenting to you. A man who has promised to set up an independent value for money office to scrutinize all government procurements above a $5 million threshold, or as shall be recommended by Parliament. A man who has promised to run the leanest and cleanest government in the history of Ghana and ban future appointees of his government from acquiring state assets. My brothers and sisters, President Mahama is a man of impeccable and unblemished integrity. He's certainly the visionary and incorruptible leader we can trust to rescue our dear nation from the abyss and lead us to build the Ghana we all want. A Ghana where corrupt officials are punished and stolen funds are retrieved for nation building. A Ghana that is self-reliant, especially in food, because it prioritizes the modernization of agriculture and the promotion of agribusiness. A Ghana that has a 24-hour economy that offers decent, well-paying jobs for esteeming unemployed youth. A Ghana that has a National Women's Development Bank with a goal to empower a minimum of 1 million women throughout the country within the short to medium term. A Ghana where 1 million young people are trained in coding and other IT models for sustainable employment. A Ghana that has the leanest and cleanest government in history. And above all, a Ghana where ostentation and waste is eschewed and state resources are utilized judiciously for the benefit of the people and not a select few. Ladies and gentlemen, the time for that change is now. The choice is yours to make. Vote for change. Vote for John Mahama and the NDC to reset Ghana and build the accountable Ghana we all want. Thank you for your attention. Yeah. So I want to just do a very quick summary of the presentation in brief. So I'll plead with all stations to bear with us. Because I can see from your faces that you don't really have questions.